How do you manage yourself to achieve your goal? We all have our goals in our lives, whether it's career, health, desired appearance, and we all try to work hard to working on achieving our goals. And in order to work hard, many of us try to use the method of forcing. We try to force ourselves to work hard. Sometimes we criticize ourselves. We tell ourselves the words, "You will not manage to do this because you aren't working hard enough. You'll not get good grades because you aren't studying hard enough. Or you won't be capable enough to go to the school you want to go to. Or perhaps you'll not stay healthy because you didn't exercise enough, or you ate more than the amount of sugar that you decided to." And as you can see, fear is used to make us do what we should do. And we try to make ourselves do what we think we should do. And when we don't manage to do this, we feel disappointment, frustration, stress, and by the pressure that is brought to us, we force ourselves once again to manage. I want to achieve my goal of teaching students about music and playing the piano. And what I do to achieve this goal is to practice playing the piano. So that was a short video of me playing the piano. And 2 years ago, I applied for an art school majoring in piano when I was in Korea. And I always worked hard to go into that art school. I was always forcing myself, but I did successfully manage to work hard. I always practiced playing the piano for 4 or 5 hours every day. And eventually, I managed to go into that art school. And now I'm here in China. Last year, during the lockdown, which was due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this is what happened to me. I kept thinking about myself in the past when I was working so hard to go into that art school. And I started to feel disappointed in myself, because compared to the past, what I was doing was just not enough. So then, because I knew what I had to do, I started forcing myself, and I made myself to work hard, to put in effort. But this method did not work. I was failing to manage this. I could not work hard on practicing playing the piano. I could not work hard on studying. And eventually, I felt lost, disappointed, frustrated, and stressed. And at this point, I didn't know what to do, but I knew I had to keep forcing myself and to keep pushing myself to continue. So I had no choice but to just doing that all over again. But at the end, I realized that that cycle was just repeating over and over, and it wasn't helping anything. All of the things that I've done, and all of the actions that I took that I thought was helping me was stopping me. It was made all my words that were always criticizing my lack of effort and my thoughts made up a wall that stopped me from moving on. I was walking on this path, and I had my goal at the end of this path. And I was always imagining myself walking on this path and trying to manage to approach my dream and my goal. But I soon began to realize that what I was doing made this wall. Have you ever heard of the quote, "Walls turn sideways are bridges," from Angela Davis? If we think of it, The wall that was created by my actions was nothing but what I created, because I was the one who was always telling myself to work hard. I was the one pressuring myself. I was always criticizing my lack of effort. And I discouraged myself. And I stopped myself. But if walls turned sideways are bridges, couldn't have I turned that wall to a bridge? And if I only have believed in myself, if I only would have believed in the bridge that I could cross, I would have managed to do what I wanted to do, which was to work hard. And if I believed to choose supporting myself by believing in myself and not using the method that I was using, the method that everyone was telling me, teachers, parents, and everyone was telling me to work hard, and they were using this method that I thought would help me. But as I began to realize, I learned that what we think and what we trust of what will happen determines our achievement in our goals. And the thing is that we decide what we want to believe, and we decide what we want to do, because we are the ones who make the decision of believing in ourselves. I told myself I was the greatest before I even was. I became the best. This is a quote from Muhammad Ali. And this quote emphasizes the power of believing in ourselves. And keep in mind that we are the ones who choose to believe in ourselves. We are the ones to believe that we can cross that bridge. And we are the ones to believe what we choose to believe. So I want to ask you all today, weren't you unintentionally stopping yourself because of the wall that you made? Weren't you believing in trying to support? Weren't you trying to help yourself? But weren't you using the method that didn't work? Weren't you not believing in yourself? I want to tell you all today that we should believe in ourselves. I ask all of you to start believing in ourselves and to start taking the first step to cross that bridge. And even though it might be slow, you will eventually be crossing that bridge, and you will eventually be approaching to that goal and your dream. Regardless of what you want to achieve, and regardless of whether you want it to happen or not, and regardless you make the belief, and the beliefs will make you. Thank you.